live session. I'm going to be doing a landscape today. Let me lower my telephone. This is the black gesso I put on the back so no light gets through. It helps the painting out a little bit if you want to do that trick. It also tightens up the canvas. If you saw this canvas before I put the gesso on, it was so loose, but look how tight that is now. It's pretty amazing. If you want to give that a try next time you paint on a canvas, I got a video on my channel where you can see how I do it. I dilute the gesso down. It's actually black gesso. Black gesso on my canvas. Yeah. All right, I'm going to improvise here. I'm going to do a landscape for you. I'm going to sketch it out today with a fan brush using some burnt umber here. It's just straight burnt umber. I think I put a little orange in it, so it's going to look a little lighter today. Let me put some mountains back here, but not so tall today. Just like maybe a different type of mountains here. Kind of coming down at an angle here. Maybe I'll have these going off into the distance here. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. So it's Monday. I had to go to work early today to unload the truck. I had to get up at 2 in the morning, so I'm a bit tired still, but I'll be all right. Let me trying to think what I want in here. Maybe a hill today. Let's put some hills in here. I'll put like a faraway hill here, and I'll have a hill coming down like this, and then some more hills down in here, and then maybe I'll have some kind of pathway coming through like that. Yeah, not a river today. I'm not going to do a river. Maybe, we'll see. I can always turn it into a river, but I kind of want maybe just a pathway coming through here. There we go. This is going to be an easy one. I'm going to have a lot of trees though, don't worry, and some cool clouds. And it looks like I have a little room for maybe some distant hills back there. Let's give that a try and see what happens. All right. If you're new to my channel, I'll start with the sky and then work my colors down all the way. Just the underpaint. I've already mixed ultramarine blue with some white to thin it out a little bit to make it a little lighter. In fact, it's still a little too dark, so I'm going to lighten it up some more on the canvas here. See how tight that is? It's because I gessoed the back with black. I'm using some Utrecht paint, and this white I'm using is Artist Loft from Michaels. It's not the best white, but I gotta use it up because I bought a big tube of it. So it's level 2 titanium white acrylic, but it's not like the best white out there. So like I said, I want to use it up. You put a little dark, some dark in here a little bit. Maybe just running across the top a little bit. Yeah, they're cutting our hours at work. I only got to work 4 hours this morning, which I don't like, because I got up really early. I got up at 2 in the morning, and they only gave me 4 hours. I'm like, that's not good. I usually got 8 hours on Monday morning. I mean, who wants to get up that early and only go in for 4 hours? I mean, I don't. I don't know what's going on with the company. They're just cutting our hours. We got a new manager, and I don't know what he's doing. I think I don't know if the company's telling him to give us less hours, or he's trying to make the company more money, but now I can't eat this week or next week. Only gonna have 4 hours. They don't look at it that way. You know, they think, oh yeah, we're cutting hours, we're gonna make more money, but then we can't pay our bills, you idiots. So that's what I'm going through. But then I got this. I love doing my paintings. All right. That's a nice, cool sky there. Let me, I want to throw a few clouds in there right now. Let me make these, I'm going to make these mountains back here like a light gray. I think they'll look cool back there, like having a hint of some distant mountains back there. Yeah, that's looking good. Let me make sure my chat's working. Yep, it's on. I just started doing these lives not too long ago. Because I mean, I did them for a while, but I wasn't using them to chat with people. I was just using them to make videos because it uploaded as soon as I was done. I didn't have to do any editing. That's what I liked about it. But now I found out, oh yeah, there's people watching. I can chat with you guys, you know, it's pretty fun. So now I really like doing these lives to encourage you guys to do some painting. I know there's some people out there that have been watching and now they want to get back into it. Uh, it's really fun. I know I'm going to have a lot more time now with them cutting my hours. But usually, any spare time that I have, I'll be painting something, you know. I like doing landscapes because they always come out different, and I just do it from my mind. I'm not copying a picture or anything. But look at that. That's looking good. Today I'm actually using a good brush today. This is Forenzi filbert brush number 10. It's really nice brush. I think it cost me like $30 for that brush. I want to put some like hints of clouds up here for later when I go to put my cotton ball clouds. I like to put those fluffy clouds in there. But these will be like distant clouds. Yeah, there we go. It'll end up looking like clouds that are way in the distance. That's looking pretty good. All right, so wow, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hills here. I'm gonna make uh, these green. I'm gonna put a green hill over here. So I got some sap green. I'm gonna mix right on my uh, palette. I'm gonna mix sap green with some yellow ochre. Okay. Have you ever mixed your sap green with the yellow ochre? Or I'll do it in the camera here. So I'm just going to use the brush because it's just going to be a little. Take a little sap green and then a little yellow ochre. And it kind of turns it to it's not so bright, but it's like a dull green. To wet my brush a little. I'm going to block this in with this color. This is just going to be a hill. And then I'll put some trees on it. Block it in with this green. Look at that green. I didn't want it to be a bright green. Now I'm going to put a little white in the distance here. Just to lighten it up back there. There we go. I'm going to put a little dark sap green down here and make like a hill. There we go. Now I kind of got like 2 hills there. So this side I'm going to make really light. I'm going to have the light hitting on this side. So I'm going to mix yellow with my sap green now. Grab a little sap green, a little yellow. And we should get a different color green. Because this side will be more in the sunlight. than this side. I just like to get all my color in first, and then I call this my underpaint. This is my underpaint. I lighten up distance. I always try and remember to lighten up the back while the paint is wet, so it can mix in there. There we go. Looks pretty good. This I'm going to make yellow ochre. I'm not even wiping my brush off. I just leave the green on there. I call it a dirty brush. You just keep the brush dirty the whole time and the colors mix. And this is a burnt umber. I'll just put burnt umber here with the dirty brush. And if a little green gets in there, that's fine. I just let the colors mix in the landscape here. All right, there we go. Let me put the palette down now and take a second to look at that. Wow, that came out pretty decent. I can already see where my trees are gonna go. I might have a trees come in the side here in the sky to fill up. Since I made the mountains kind of low, I'll put some trees over here, maybe some over here, to fill up the whole painting. That looks pretty good. Yeah, deserves a guitar riff there. All right, let me see what I'm gonna do next now. I think I'm gonna do the clouds first today. Today I'm going to use a fan brush to do my clouds, okay? I'll show you a cool way I do them with the fan brush. I just fill it up with titanium white. These are in the distance. I think I'm going to have some clouds coming up this way, going off into the distance here. So I'm going to start with a small cloud down here. Maybe and then I'll get a little bigger. A little bigger as I come this way. Just trying to pull the bottom part to make it look like it's blowing. It's mixing really good with that blue. Like I said, this isn't the best titanium white, but I want to use it up because I've got a lot of it. So with these clouds, with this paint, I'm going to put my clouds up there, and then I'll have to come back to them, and I'll brighten the top part when this dries, because it's just soaking into the blue. I put so much blue on there, but it looks good. It looks good. I just want to make the top of the clouds brighter. And you really can't do it right now until it dries a little, because it'll just soak in. It'll just keep soaking in the paint. So just get, what I like to do is put my clouds, get a design up there that I want. Now I'll move on to something else. Let me do while that's drying. Time for the mountains. This is the fun part. A lot of people like the way I do my mountains. So I'm going to have the light coming from the right. I'm going to use a knife to put the snow up here. If you're thinking about starting to learn how to paint, when you do this part, just use just put a little bit of white on your blade. You don't need a lot, just to get the initial peak up there with a little bit of snow, just a little bit, so you can look at it. Then stand back and look at it, and you can kind of see they're starting to get some dimension now. You know how a pyramid looks? That's kind of like what these are to me. You have like one side will be darker than the other side. That's all you got to think of it. And then I can put more snow down here. I like to pull it. Here's the center of my mountain. I like to pull it further, make the mountain look extended out. Okay, it makes it look better. And you can see I'm pulling it to the right. I'm not bringing the snow down. If beginners like to bring the paint straight down, you want to pull it maybe with the angle of the mountain, okay? If you have a really high peak mountain, if you're just starting out, it'd be better to start off with mountains like this, okay? Don't make your mountains like really pointy, because it'll be hard to put the color on there. These are about the perfect height for if you're a beginner, because you can just follow the angle of the mountain with your knife, and you can put this snow pretty much anywhere on the right side of the mountain, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a few hills in here. I'm going to make a streak coming down this way, watch, with my knife. Okay? I'll make a few of them. Just get a little roll on your knife and make some streaks in there. Just like that. Now I'll turn these into little cliffs when I shade it. It's looking pretty good. For this side here, I'm going to mix some blue and white, okay? The blue that I used in the sky with a little bit of white. Surprised I don't have any water in here today. Usually I have some kind of stream or a lake or a river. Okay, this is it's gonna look gray, but it's actually like a bluish gray. I'm gonna try it underneath the cliffs here real quick. If you want to know a good thing to remember, when you're doing your mountains, so you don't have to think where you put the white. Just put the white on the right side anywhere you want, but now on the this color will go on the left side, but don't cover any of your white. Go come up right next to the white and then pull it to the left. Okay. Take your time and try not to cover the white. Come up right next to it. Even in that little spot there, you want to put a little blue in there. Okay. And then just pull it down to the left. Just like that. And then I'll show you how to do these cliffs down here. It's the same thing, but you just gotta put a little bit of color underneath those. Even though they're running straight, you still need to put some color underneath these. It'll make it look kind of cool, like it's a drop off. Watch out. I'll do this one here real quick. I'll put a little blue underneath this white. And it's going to make it look like some kind of ledge on the mountain there. See that? It looks like you could drive your truck up here, right here. You could go skiing down there if you wanted. Wow, I really like that. I put a lot of ledges in there today. I usually don't do this many cliffs like that, but it looks kind of cool. Now, if you want to brighten up these white spots, you can. Just put a little more, another roll of white on your blade, and just hit them again really lightly. You want to brighten up the snow a bit. Kind of go over the same spot that you pulled it, okay? Look at that. I really like that. It looks like this mountain's going off into the distance over there. So you could lighten up this color for this one by adding a little white to that gray color. Just add a little white to it. Because this mountain's really far away, it wouldn't be as dark as these up front here. But, I mean, you don't have to, because it's still going to look good regardless what color you put there. All right, there we go. I'm going to leave some of this dark. I'm going to leave some of that dark in there. I like that. You don't have to cover it all. Man, look at those mountains. Wow. I really like those. I'm going to show you how to blend. Let's blend this lower section. It'll make it look like it's far away, okay? So for that, I'm going to get my old this is like a beginner's brush, a number 10. It's a softer filbert brush than that other one. It's really soft. It's good for blending. So all you got to do is rinse it in the water. Rinse, make sure it's clean, and it's going to be a little wet. And then I'll have like a rag or a paper towel and kind of dry it just a little bit. Now come down here on the cliff and pull the bottom of the cliffs down with your brush like this, and then wipe that paint off. And now what we're going to do is go across very lightly this lower section. Very lightly, just blend the bottom. It's going to make it look farther away, and it might make it look like there's fog down there. You see that? That's good enough. All right, it's time to design this thing. I'm going to put my pathway back in real quick because I'm just going to put it in white real quick just to establish it. Some pathway coming from way back there. Then I can bring it down from here. Tie it in over here. Just a hint of like a pathway. That's all you need. Kind of looks cool. I'll bring it down this way, I think. All right, good enough. I'm going to use a fan brush to make all my trees now. I went back to sap green and black for my trees. I just take sap green and put a little black in it. I'm going to put some trees on this hill here. I don't want them smaller than that. That'll work. And then I'm going to have some trees on this hill, but I'm going to start it a little lower on this side. Like that. I always pull the bottom out a little. Wow. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty amazing. if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. I pretty much do live streams every day, so and I always do something different. I did a an abstract piece yesterday that got like 3,000 views on it. I couldn't believe they liked that. You'll have to go on my shorts and look at it. It's kind of a cool abstract piece, but obviously the YouTube liked it, so. But they like the landscapes too. So I can use this down here now for my foreground. Put some big trees over here. Let me do that. So this, what I'm using, this is just sap green with some black in it to make it darker. And then I put my trees in dark, really dark, and then I'll highlight them. Highlight the bushes too. As soon as I get all my bushes in the way I want them. Put some cool bushes down here. And I think I'm going to put some here and make this maybe right about here though. Right here. That way I can run some smaller trees here and a big one over here. Yeah, that's better. So I'll just do I'll do a couple evergreen trees over here. Just real simple ones. These are like anybody can do these type of evergreen trees. You just use the corner of the brush to let the brush do the work. Let the brush do all the work. So, but you can put as many in here as you want. Look at that. That looks so cool already. If you don't see the bottom of if you want your bottom of the bushes to show up, what I'll do is I'll clean my brush off and get just a little titanium white on here and just put a little white underneath your bushes like this. Just so you can see, where the bottom of the bushes are. You can do it over here on this side too. Just so you know what to highlight here. This is looking pretty good. So our light's going to be hitting more on this hill over here. So I'm going to try and make this a little more yellow. I'm just going to grab a little yellow on a brush. It's really watered down. It's almost like watercolor. I'm just going to try and turn this a little more yellow, just to brighten it up a bit. Just like that. So it looks like there's sun hitting there. All right, let me go back to my trees here. I want to make tall ones over here now. So let's put a tall one. I'm going to try and go in between the mountain here so I don't cover that peak. When you do your trees, keep that in mind. Take a look at your mountains. So you don't want to run that tree like right over the mountain peak, okay? Try and pick in between somewhere. And I'm going to design my leaves a little different. Smaller so it looks like it's far away. Just like that. I don't want it to be really big. I mean, like filled in a lot. That's all I want there. And I'm going to put another one here at the end of the mountain. See? A little smaller here. So I don't cover the mountain. Same style. I'm going over dark color, but that's okay. I'm going to highlight these trees so they're green, okay? Look at that. It's coming out pretty good. I still got a few of you in here. That's cool. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is, if you're new to the channel, this is acrylic paint. It's not oil paint. If you guys like watched Bob Ross before, he paints a little different because he uses oil paint. This is acrylic paint, so this is a lot easier to clean up. You just use water, okay? There's no chemicals. It's just straight paint and water. So now let's see. I'm gonna put a few hills in here by just using this brush and kind of pulling some color across my grass there. Just like creating some shadows in there. And if you want to put like you could put a smaller tree out here so it looks like it's going off into the distance. I'm going to put another tree here because this is all looks naked right here. So we could put another tree here. And it's not going to cover anything. When you, if you're going to do landscapes, that's what I suggest you do it like from your mind. Because you know what a mountain looks like. You know what trees look like. And after you do like 3 or 4 of them, you're going to get pretty good at them. And you won't even have to sketch it out anymore. It's looking pretty good. there's a lot of things I could do in here. I could turn this brown into water if I wanted to now and make a river coming on the other side of these trees coming through here. So there's a lot of options I got still. Let me zoom this in a little better for you. Doesn't that look cool? Man, that's looking pretty wicked. I'm going to put some bubbles on. I'm just looking at it now to see what I want to do. What's kind of cool, you see how I showed you I didn't want to put the tree over my peaks, but look at that peak now. It's like in between the two trees, and it looks so cool. I didn't cover up that mountain. It's just little things like that that you got to watch when you're improvising like this. I just got to figure out what I can put down in this corner now. I'll probably just put a bush there or something. Look at those clouds. Wow. Those clouds look awesome. I just kind of threw them up there with the fan brush. When I first started using the acrylic paint, they didn't come out this good. Trust me, that took me a while to get used to it. And then, because I wanted them to look like oil paintings so much, because I'm an oil painter. But I went to acrylic because everybody wanted to learn acrylic. So I switched to acrylic, and I'm getting it down. Man, I can't believe how good this is coming out. I'm going to highlight those trees now for you. But you can kind of see that this tree is a little darker than those back there. But I'm still going to make it green. Not too green, but I don't know who's been here since the beginning, but I'm gonna put a little white now on top of the clouds. They're dry, so when you do this part, just put the white on your fan brush and just barely touch the top part of the cloud with the white like this. And just pull it down a little when you're done. You could separate these clouds too, like this, by bringing it a little further past the round part. Then it'll look like the clouds are layered then, okay? Just like that. You don't need much because now it's not going to soak in anymore. So it'll stay bright now. Cool. I'll put a little streaker up here. few streakers. I'm just kind of following the brush strokes where I see pretty cool. All right, let me highlight these trees here. I'll do this big one first. Like putting on a dress. Let me see how far along I am on this. 52 minutes. Wow. This is, I forgot to tell you, this is a 14 by 14 canvas, so it's perfectly square. I don't usually paint on this size, but I thought I'd give it a try. I'm going to highlight these bushes now, so let me use yellow ochre and orange ochre for these bushes. And I'm going to start with this bush here. Let's see what the orange looks like. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. Biddy-boo, biddy-diddy-boo. I'm gonna put some orange flowers down here. let let just mess around. Yeah, how you doing? Yep, this is coming out really good for improvising. I think I'm going to leave it simple like this. I was going to put a tree coming in off the side here to fill this part of the sky, but I kind of like it. These two trees, and you finish running my pathway down here. It's looking pretty good. There's not much more I need to do except for I could put some white flowers, some white flowers here and there. I mean, you don't want to put too many because the white really stands out. It'd probably be better to do yellow flowers down in there. Let me try some yellow. Try a few yellow flowers here. Alright guys, I think that's all I'm going to do on this one. Let me put some twigs and birds up there. If anybody has a suggestion, let me know. I'll throw it in there. If you came in late, you should go back and watch how I designed this thing from the start. It's pretty cool. Wow. Look at those birds. I should have gave them some water here to at least catch some fish, huh? If you guys are new to the channel, I've got a lot of live uh, videos on my channel. You could go back and watch. I got a lot of videos where I explained more in detail what I'm doing. When I do a live stream, uh, I just like to paint and then talk with you guys on the chat room. But this is for more entertainment than you can still pick up a lot of tips. I mean, I usually tell you what I'm doing, but right on. It came out great. Let me show you my functions on here that YouTube gives you. The bubbles. got bubbles on my painting. Oh yeah. It's time for the dance lights. It's time to end this live stream. Came out really good. I like it. I put the 8mm on it. Sketch. That's the one. No, not that one. I like the silver one. This one here. It really makes it look like a black and white. It looks pretty cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. If you subscribe, go to my channel and check out all my other videos. And I got some new abstract stuff I'm working on. I did a few shorts, and they seem to like the abstract. They got like 3,500 views for some reason. More than my landscapes. I'm more of a landscape artist than abstract, but isn't that funny? I got more views on my abstract, but you guys have been awesome. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks. Just messing around. Thanks for the compliment. You guys have a good one. Cheers.